16 consecutive knockouts, 26 knockouts in 29 professional fights, 350 amateur fights, of which he won 345. Max Kellerman, what's most fundamental to his ability to knock opponents out? Is it the remarkable hand skill? Is it the thudding power with both hands? Or is it the footwork, which seems always to put him in the best position?
Well, the punching power is the most obvious component, but the footwork really is the thing that enables him to deliver that punching power. His opponent immediately sees his balance is so good, he cuts off the ring so well, that he's always in position to land punches. And his opponent therefore has to expend enormous energy, defensive energy, emotional energy, keeping Головкин off him before Головкин even really has to set a pace with his hands. And then, of course, he goes to the head and the body with both hands with concussive force.
Last November, in the small room here at the Garden, he demonstrated that he's got a good chin as he took some big shots from a hellacious punching opponent, Curtis Stevens. Daniel Gil is a better all-around fighter than Curtis Stevens, but maybe doesn't have as much one-punch power. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Mecca of boxing, Madison Square Garden, New York City, New York, USA, this is the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the middleweight championship of the world. Presented by K2 Promotions and Gary Shaw Productions, along with Triple G Promotions in association with Grange Old School Boxing. Sponsored by 2017 Expo, Tesla Bank, and Fortitza Vodka. Sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission Chairwoman Melvina Lathan, Executive Director David Berlin, Director of Boxing Eric Bentley. The International Boxing Organization, President Ed Levine, Supervisor Jeremy Levine. The World Boxing Association, President Gilberto Mendoza Sr., Supervisor Aurelio Fenengo. At ringside, the three judges scoring this bout, Julie Letterman, John McKay, and Don Trella. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, referee Mike Ortega. And now, the officials are ready, the fighters are ready. So for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, from Madison Square Garden, New York City, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner, with his trainer Graham Shaw, wearing silver and weighing in officially at 159 1/4 pounds. An outstanding professional record consisting of 30 victories, including 16 knockouts with 2 defeats. From Harrington Park, New South Wales, Australia, the challenger, former 2-time middleweight world champion, Daniel Real Deal Gil. And fighting out of the red corner with his trainer Abel Sanchez, wearing white with black, official weight 159 3/4 pounds. This Olympic silver medalist now has a perfect record as a professional, consisting of 29 fights, 29 victories, including 26 KOs. His KO percentage, the highest in middleweight championship history. From Karaganda, Kazakhstan, the reigning, defending, middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Triple G Головкин.
Graham.
Well, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Good luck to both of you. Good luck to both of you. Touch him up.
Gennadий Головкин, or Triple G as he's known, is the hardcore fight fans' favorite fighter because every time they see him, he's knocking someone out. Can he continue to do that as his level of competition continues to rise? Дэниел Gil believes he's going to win this fight, even if no one else does.
And if the level of competition is indeed rising, it isn't rising fast enough to satisfy the demand and the expectation of many that Головкин become a top-shelf superstar. It's hard to do it if you aren't fighting other top-shelf superstars, and so far, none of them have chosen to do so. So, what serves Головkin's purpose better in looking for big fights? Yet another knockout, which makes him look indomitable, or a chink in the armor that might suggest to others, like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. or Carl Froch or Andre Ward or Miguel Cotto, that they can indeed take the chance of fighting Головkin. There's something to be said for both, as long as he wins the fight.
His fans want to see knockouts, though, and you can see him coming out stalking right away. Gil, though, even though he's a confident fighter, Jim, you can start to see what we were discussing about Головkin's positioning. Knowing he's such a big hitter and knowing he's frequently in punching range, the other guy here, Gil, has to constantly do things to keep him off. And so far, Gil doing a nice job of disrupting Головkin's rhythm.
Yes, and he's landed a couple of good body shots. Головkin has gotten in a couple of solid jabs, and Головkin's jab is becoming part of the legend because opponents have been known to go down, as did Ousmane Adama, the last man Головkin fought in Monte Carlo earlier this year. Дэниел Gil also fought Adama and won a hard-fought 12-round decision. Головkin knocked him down 3 times in 7 rounds on the way to the 16th consecutive knockout.
Головkin showing nice little defensive maneuvers with his shoulders, picking off punches from either hand of Gil by just raising his shoulder and deflecting the shot.
And there's the footwork. Gil trying to slip away to the right. Головkin traps him against the ropes, then presses him into the corner, bangs him with a huge right hand. Hooking off the jab and making it look good. Left hook to the body, solidly landed. Gil fighting back and showing bottle.
Головkin is a,
Watch the back of the head.
as Marvin Hagler used to say, a seek and destroy type of fighter, but he's patient.
Good right hand by Gil over the top of Головkin's left. Now Gil goes down without a punch. Головkin was trapping him into the corner.
A cameraman's strap. Gil's foot went right through it.
Momentarily discomforting to the Australian fighter. Головkin stepped away and gave him plenty of time to get up. Now combination punching against the ropes by Головkin. Gil looking for something to counter, and did so with the right hand.
Головkin doesn't merely follow his opponent around. He cuts off the ring. And so the ring, every pass his opponent makes circling Головkin, the ring gets smaller and smaller until Головkin has his man on the ropes, and then he attacks with surgical precision.
Break, let him out, break. Step back, box.
Our unofficial timekeeper is saying that this round has already lasted significantly longer than 3 minutes. One thing you don't need against Gennadий Головкин is for the round to be a minute too long. Finally, it comes to an end. That round was exactly 4 minutes long.
Don't just look when they start touching. Start slowing them down. Just start slowing them down, okay? Good round. I just want to see a little more activity on the arms. Arms and right here. No grease, man. Okay, you see he's not going to go anywhere, right? He's going to stay right there. Okay, we got to make sure that we're busy with short lead shots until the good one comes up. Okay, correct? Okay. Deep breath.
And there's blood already on the face of Daniel Gil. You can see that in the corner, run by trainer Graham Shaw. They're working on a cut above the right eye.
And he was pawing at it after a clash of heads. Here is the strangest round of the year so far. A cameraman allowed his strap just to kind of hang out on the ring apron.
Yep.
Catching Gil's ankle. That plus the 4-minute round in the same round.
That was one of the most experienced cameramen in the sport. You see him at every big fight. So that was an odd occurrence. And then the clock was allowed to run to 4 minutes rather than the normal 3. And now Gil has a cut above the right eye. And Головкин is going to work. Body shot, hard right hand upstairs. Down goes Gil, first knockdown of the fight in the second round.
And Gil's thinking, I didn't do anything wrong. How did that happen?
Hey, come here. Come to me. Go, Shy.
He was trying to remain defensively responsible. But Головкin, again, his positioning because of the footwork, Jim, when he has Gil on the ropes, Gil doesn't believe he can slide out to either side, which is why you see him sometimes grab Головkin and then spin him.
More and more, Gil realizes sheer volume punching won't do it. He's going to have to land with authority to try to keep Головkin at bay. So Gil's muscling up and trying to put as much as he can on every punch. Meanwhile, Головkin looks extraordinarily relaxed.
Gil complained after the knockdown. He didn't say anything, but he made a motion with his hand as though Головkin had hit him with a rabbit punch in the back of the head. I didn't see it, but it was difficult to determine with a naked eye exactly what punch caused the knockdown.
Yeah, it was hard to see if one punch caused the knockdown. It looked more like an accumulation type knockdown. Good left hook by Gil.
Yep. Gil giving up room, though, you know, even if, and Головkin with him on the ropes again, even if he doesn't have the punching power to drive Головkin back, he might want to try breaking Golovkin's forward momentum by tying him up and walking him back, just to put him back on his heels a little bit.
Good straight right hand by Головkin. Gil making a spirited effort, but too often getting caught as he comes forward. Good left hook by Головkin.
Break. Let him out. Step back. Box.
Right hand by Головkin drives Gil into the ropes. Gil firing back with a left hook, just missed.
People have asked me often, Jim, who does Головkin remind me most of in history? And I don't have a great answer for it, but he does certain things like Joe Louis. Short, straight, powerful punches with both hands behind a ramrod jab.
Well, that's a pretty favorable comparison, isn't it?
That's better, Dan. That's better. You're staying off the ropes. It's better. Be first, Dan. Be fine. Be first. When you're first, you're upsetting. You know, you're sitting on your punches real good, mate.
Give me an iron, Joe. An iron.
Nice right guard all the time.
Good job.
Movement, just staying there. Playing good. That's a good round. You're seeing him now. You're picking him, you know?
Here we see the knockdown. Stiff jab from Головkin. Right hand misses. Left hand misses. Right hand, there it is. You can see it kind of hit him, but slid across the back of his head, causing the knockdown. Those were not Joe Louis punches, incidentally, Jim. Those were more Wilder swinging punches.
He was swinging big. CompuBox numbers in round two. Головkin 16 out of 61. Gil 13 out of 47. GGG landing only 5 out of 27 jabs in the round. That's very inaccurate for
neutral corner.
Triple G with the jab.
Okay.
He is number one in the sport among all fighters counted by CompuBox, averaging 12 jabs landed per round. Nobody else lands as many.
Gil is showing that he's frustrating Головкин a little bit with some movement. Головкin missing more wildly than we've seen in recent fights at times.
Step back, step back. Box.
Gil has to take advantage of it when Головкin misses the way he did.
Gil much more active than other Головкin opponents had been at this point in the fight. Underlining and substantiating the notion that he's the best opponent so far on the Головкin list. Left hook by Головкin. Now he's got Gil cornered again. Good body shot by Gil with the right hand.
Gil's not trying to lose. He's losing because he was in with a better fighter. And Головкin, it seems, having tasted Gil's power in the first round or two, or at least gauged it, has decided that Gil doesn't have a lot for him and is
walking toward it.
Walking him down, yeah.
Forcing Gil to expend extraordinary energy to continue movement, try to generate the punch output that will interrupt Головkin's offensive action, while Gennady continues to look very relaxed as he finds his way from spot to spot, trapping Gil against the ropes, cornering him, and hammering him like that body shot. Down goes Gil again on a brilliant right hand.
Gil is trying, he's in bad trouble, Jim.
Left hook to the body and a right hand, and Gil trying to get his head together. And Gil can't go forward, and it's a third round knockout for Головkin.
That was smart by Gil. He saw he had no balance. The contest had already been decided. Gil was trying to land his shots in the exchange with Головkin. But in addition to having real punching power, Головkin is a precise puncher. Didn't always show it tonight, but showed it right there.
Spectacular. Gil lasts just as long as Matthew Macklin did. Well, actually, a minute longer because the first round stretched to 4 minutes.
Against Darren Barker and Anthony Mundine and Felix Sturm, Sebastian Sylvester. He's usually winning, occasionally losing a decision. Close, hard, long fights against top 10 middleweights, but can't get out of the early part of the fight with Gennady Головkin.
Here come the replays. Take it away, Max.
Well, Gil trying to exchange with him, figures that's the best time to hit him, clips him with a nice little right hand, but that's a bazooka that Головkin is throwing.
That right hand was the end of the fight. I mean, you're not going to find many middleweights in the world who could last past that.
Right, it was a one-punch knockout.
And that was coming off of getting hit flush by a Gil right hand. Extraordinary. As is just about everything he does. So that's knockout number 17 in a row. Knockout number 27 out of 30 fights as a professional. And for Daniel Gil, it's the third loss of his career. Probably the most disappointing, but he himself acknowledged that it was over when he nodded at the referee and said, "I'm done." Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars on the knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Madison Square Garden, referee Mike Ortega calls a halt to the bout following the knockdown. The official time, 2 minutes, 47 seconds of round number 3. The winner by TKO victory. Victory number 30, knockout number 27, 18 in a row. Still the middleweight champion of the world, the undefeated Gennady Triple G Головкин.
So Good Boy Nation is out there celebrating the latest Головкин knockout. And in a moment, most likely, Gennady Головкin will be telling Max Kellerman that Дэниел Gil was a good boy. Final CompuBox numbers in a one-sided wipeout. Головкin landing 16 more punches, throwing 51 more punches, landing at exactly the same connect percentage as Дэниel Gil. It's the power difference that made what happened in the fight take place. Look at that. Gil landed 33 out of 86 power punches, landed at a higher connect percentage than did Головкin, who was 33 out of 99. But it's the force of the 33 that made the difference in the fight.